let's talk about one more thing that these thin-skinned athletes have an issue with. Now, I don't always agree with what Stephen A. Smith says. I mean, he says a lot of nonsense, but sometimes he be on point with some of the stuff he be saying. But he tends to cap when it comes to LeBron and all. Kobe, you can't say Kobe. Why not, Stephen A? Why can't you say Kobe's better than LeBron? Because ESPN told you not to say that? Is that what it is? LeBron's media machine told you to never say that Kobe Bryant is better than him? Is that why? And see, it be takes like that I be taking issue with. But as far as his comments about KD, I mean, KD don't really have too much of a strong ground to stand on at this point. I mean, he wanted to follow behind LeBron and do the super team thing. It worked for him a couple times, but that's about it. It was a disaster when he went to Brooklyn with Kyrie. That didn't work. Then he carried that disaster to Phoenix with the Suns. That didn't work, and he's probably on his way to another team right now. So let's check out what Stephen A. was talking about for a minute. NBA star Kevin Durant takes shot at Stephen A. Smith amid questions over leadership. I mean, his leadership, he's not lying, though. Let's read some of this. I'm going to leave a link to this in the description box because there will be audio attached to it, too. You guys can hear it for yourself. NBA star Kevin Durant threw some shade at ESPN personality Stephen A. Smith on Tuesday's First Take debate about how much blame the Phoenix Suns star should shoulder for the team's poor season. He should shoulder a whole lot of it. I mean, you're not just a star or just some random star. Kevin Durant was literally one of the faces of the NBA the last 15 years plus. You were right there with LeBron and Steph Curry as far as being the face of the league. So yeah, a lot of blame got to go in your pocket, but you don't want to hear that, huh? Yeah, you got to stick that in your pocket, KD. That whether you like Stephen A. and what he be saying or not, he ain't wrong about this. Let's check out some more of this. The banner on First Take read, "How much blame does Durant deserve for the Suns' season?" Smith then dove into how Suns team owner Matt Bia is on the verge of becoming one of the worst owners in the history of the sport. Now, right there, I would disagree. I would say Jerry Reinsdorf would be that, because you take Michael Jordan away from the Bulls and what have you gotten since Jordan ain't played in like 30 plus years? How many late playoff runs have the Chicago Bulls had? I mean, they had a minor stint with Derrick Rose before his knees started giving him problems and issues, and then he was never the same after that. He went on to have a solid career, but before the knee injuries, he was a bona fide superstar. And the Bulls had a chance to put quality pieces around Derrick Rose to get him over that hump, but then they would run into the LeBron super team, Miami Heat, so, a lot of that was timing too, so... But yeah, KD can't run from this. You got to stick this in his pocket. You can't run from this. Durant took his own shot at Smith after a fan pointed out the talking points on X. Quote, "Steve is trying to run for president. You think he actually paid attention to a struggling team? It's called propaganda," Durant wrote. Well, the only problem with that, Kevin, is those of us who were watching noticed the problems in it. Just like in Brooklyn, you're supposed to be the leader, right? And then y'all just lay an egg. You lay an egg in Brooklyn. You go to Phoenix, lay an egg again. You and Devin Booker alone, y'all two, not even counting Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal has a problem with staying healthy. He just, his body just hasn't been able to hold up over the seasons. But you and Booker alone should have been able to carry Phoenix to a deep playoff run, in theory. And since you were one of the faces of this league the last 15 plus years, you got to stick this in your pocket. This L is yours. Durant suggested his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder to sign with the Golden State Warriors in 2016 started the hate campaign against him. It's not hate, man. Everybody was looking at you like, why would you even want to do that? Because they knocked you out? Now, what, if you can't beat them, join them? Instead of being like, yo, I'm the man. If y'all want to win a chip, come play with me, because I'm about to win one regardless. But nah, you wanted to go chase. Hey, Steph, what's going on over there? How would y'all feel if I came to play with y'all? Y'all got room for me on that bandwagon? You know I'm gonna be better than y'all on y'all team, but y'all as complimentary players, that's gonna work great for all of us. And that's how it looked the whole time Kevin Durant was there. You were the best player on the team, no doubt, but they did win a championship without you. And then when you left, they won another one. So that's a stain. That's a coffee stain on your legacy. Durant suggested his decisions to leave Oklahoma City Thunder to sign with the Golden State Warriors in 2016. Yeah, read that part. Durant won 2 titles with the Warriors before he left the team to sign with the Brooklyn Nets, and that went nowhere. He added that he believed he was one of the greatest leaders of all time, and it was a shame one of the fans who reacted to him could not see it. Dude, you didn't lead any team you went to. You was not the leader on any team you went to. That's the reason why Draymond Green was able to talk to you like he did. If you was the leader of that team, he wouldn't have came at you like that. When's the last time you seen Draymond call Steph a bitch during the game in front of everybody on the floor? That shit don't happen, because Steph is the disputed leader of that team, like it or not. And it don't matter that at the time when you were in your prime, your skill set was more diverse and dynamic and explosive, and you were the best player on that team at that time. But that was still Steph's team, so you was not the leader over there. So where were you the leader at? In OKC, Russ was the undisputed leader, and when people would ask you about it, you would defer, like, "Oh, we're all leaders, this and that." And they asked Russ. Russ knew he was the leader. Russ knew he had the personality, he had the mental makeup to lead that team. It didn't work in the end, but shit, if y'all would have stayed together, Russ, KD, and James Harden, if they would have stayed at OKC, that would have been a dynasty. But y'all egos got in the way. Y'all all wanted y'all own piece of the pie somewhere, and it couldn't be there, so everybody started to disperse. And that's what happened to OKC, and now OKC is back without y'all. How ironic. That's karma in a blanket right there, because I'm thinking OKC going all the way to the chip. What y'all think out there? Y'all think OKC going to the chip? Y'all think they could knock off the Celtics when they get there? It's looking like it to me. But in this situation, Stephen A. Smith is not wrong. He's not wrong. KD, I don't know what kind of leader you think you are or what team you thought you were the leader of, but it definitely wasn't an NBA team. Are we allowed to say anything? Smith said. There's a residue of crumbs all over the place about things that have transpired in the career of Kevin Durant. I think Stephen A. is getting tired of you thin-skinned whining about everything NBA players, from LeBron James to Kevin Durant. I'm starting to get the impression that Stephen A. Smith is growing a bit tired of y'all. And in that sense, see, this is where I agree with Stephen A. sometime, and a lot of times I don't agree with him on other things. But this is one of those situations. I agree with Stephen A. Smith, and I agree with what Shaq said about a week or so ago about you guys being, your feelings, you don't have skin. You wear your feelings as your skin. That's how sensitive y'all are. But let's read on. We might question things here and there, but nobody disrespects this man. I love the guy. I don't disrespect him. I'm simply saying elements of leadership that other people may have had to galvanize a team is something that he doesn't seem to have. He does not have. He doesn't. He needs an alpha dog next to him to get the best out of him. He can't be the man on the team, because technically he was the man on Phoenix. If you want to talk about leadership and stuff like that, KD, you was the leader of the Phoenix Suns, so you can't walk away from that. That L goes in your pocket. You want to be the leader, then when the ship goes down, you got to go down with it and be like, yo, what a leader would say, hey, it's on me. I didn't get it done. I came out here to get it done. I was supposed to lead this team to a championship, and I didn't do it. I didn't get it done yet. And I say yet, assuming that you're gonna stay in Phoenix. Personally, it's looking like you're trying to weasel your way out of there too. But I guess I'll be called a hater for thinking something like that. Even though you do this shit all the time, this is what this generation of players do. This is what y'all do. Team hop. Y'all ain't nothing but paid mercenaries. That's it. It should be made a major gamble with the trade to acquire Durant during the 2022-23 season. The Suns dealt picks and key players like Cameron Johnson and Mikal Bridges to get him. This season did not go as planned. Durant still averaged 26.6 points, 6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game. The Suns finished 36 and 46 as Durant still led the team in points per game and value over replacement player. See, that's all fine and dandy on paper, but 36 and 46, so you finished 10 games under 500. You're the leader, right? And we can't trace none of that to you. None of it is your fault. Don't even look at you, huh? Is that what a leader would do and say? You could not like Stephen A. Smith for some other things he might have said in the past or whatever your stance is on various things he said. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother topic. But when it comes to what he's saying about you here, this subject here, he is not wrong. You are, Kevin Durant, and this is why your team finished 10 games under 500. But you out there getting yours, so this is what y'all do. Hey, I'm getting mine, so it ain't my fault. You and LeBron, same mentality. Ironically, same results. He's in the playoffs, but he won't be there long. Anyway, y'all let me know about what y'all think about Stephen A's comments about Kevin Durant's lack of leadership, attributing to the demise of the Phoenix Suns. From my point of view, I actually agree with him, and I don't understand and see where the disconnect at. And Kevin Durant, taking shots at Stephen A. because you don't like what he said. What he says the truth. You're not a leader, Kevin Durant. I'm sorry to tell you, you are not a leader. You're a great player, great shooter, but Stephen A. Smith is right in this situation. So y'all let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shy Out of Town Sports, and we are out.